If you're using Jellyfin, there are a ton of apps in the ecosystem to enhance its capabilities. Jellyfin is extremely customizable. With the right plugins and companion apps, you can turn Jellyfin into something that rivals any commercial streaming service. Everything shown in this video will have links in the video description below. I'm your host Evan, and we're looking at the best Jellyfin additions. Let's get started with Jellyswarm is a reverse proxy that lets you combine multiple Jellyfin servers into a single interface. If you have multiple Jellyfin servers that are on different networks, this is a game changer for you. You can have a server at home and another at a friend's home. Jellyswarm merges them into what looks like one Jellyfin library. It deploys as a Docker container and presents itself as a standalone Jellyfin server, so existing clients and apps should work out of the box without any modification. It supports user mapping across servers, so one login gets you access to all of your linked accounts. It even merges features like Next Up and recently added across all connected servers. Up next is Watchstate is a self-hosted service that syncs your watch progress and play state across Jellyfin, Plex, and MB without relying on any third-party services. If you're running more than one media server, or you're in the middle of migrating from Plex to Jellyfin, keeping your watched and unwatched status in sync is a nightmare. Watchstate solves that. It connects to your servers, pulls in your play state, and keeps everything aligned through webhooks or scheduled tasks. It has a web UI for management and can do one-way or two-way sync depending on your needs. You can even set up three-way sync if you've got a shared family account feeding into individual user accounts. It deploys as a Docker container which is pointed at your servers, and your watch state stays in sync automatically. If you're running Jellyfin alongside Plex or MB, or if you're planning a migration, Watchstate is the tool that makes sure nothing gets lost in translation. Next up is Jellify is a free and open source music player built specifically for Jellyfin, available on both iOS and Android. If you're using Jellyfin for your music library, the default web player gets the job done, but it doesn't really feel like a real music app. Jellify gives you that familiar Spotify or Apple Music layout where you can browse artists, albums, and playlists in an interface that actually feels native on your phone. The big feature here is CarPlay and Android Auto support. If you listen to music in the car, that alone might sell you on this one. Up next is Streamyfin is the best mobile client for Jellyfin on both iOS and Android, and it's not even close. The official Jellyfin apps are fine, but Streamyfin feels like it was built by someone who actually uses Jellyfin every day. It supports trick play, thumbnail previews, intro and credit skipping, background audio, picture-in-picture, media downloads for offline viewing, and it has Chromecast support baked in. On top of that, it has a built-in Seer integration. It supports multiple languages, server discovery, and if you install the Streamyfin companion plugin we're going to talk about later in this video, you can push configurations to all your users from the server. Streamyfin is available on the App Store and Google Play. Just search for Streamyfin, install it, and point it at your Jellyfin server. Next is Streamy Stats is a standalone statistics service for Jellyfin that gives you analytics, data visualization, live session monitoring, and AI-powered recommendations. It's built by the same developer behind Streamyfin, which means the two apps are designed to work together. Watch lists you create in Streamy Stats can show up as promoted sections right on Streamyfin's home screen. It also has fuzzy search that's way better than Jellyfin's native search, and you can connect it to any OpenAI compatible API for AI-powered media recommendations. The big advantage of Streamy Stats over something like Jellystat is that it pulls data directly from Jellyfin's API. You don't need to install the playback reporting plugin at all. It can even backfill your historical watch data from Jellyfin's user data, so you're not starting from scratch. Next up is FanArt is a metadata plugin that pulls high-quality artwork from fanart.tv. When you first set up Jellyfin, your library looks fine. You've got posters and backgrounds, but FanArt takes it to another level by adding logos, clear art, disk art, and high-resolution backgrounds that make browsing your library feel more premium. To install this, I'm going to click the little man icon on the top right, and then click Dashboard under Administration. On the left side, I'm going to click Plugins, click All underneath the word Plugins, and in the top right, search for FanArt. Once you see the box come up for FanArt TV, click that and then click Install. You'll note here that it says your server has to be restarted for the changes to take effect. To restart your server, go back to the dashboard and then click the red Restart button. When the warning comes up, click the red Restart button. When I go back to my plugins section now, FanArt TV will show up enabled. Next up is the Streamyfin companion plugin is a server-side Jellyfin plugin that pairs with the Streamyfin mobile app we talked about earlier. This plugin allows you, as the server admin, to centrally configure the Streamyfin app for all of your users. Instead of every user having to go in Streamyfin settings and configure things individually, once you set it on the server side, it syncs to everybody. You'll need to add the Streamyfin plugin repository to your Jellyfin instance. Let's do that now. Let's go to the top right and click the little man icon, and then go to My Administration Dashboard. I'm going to go to the plugins section on the left, and then click the Manage Repositories button in the top right. I'm going to click the plus New Repository button. I'm going to give my repo a name. I'm going to include the Streamyfin repository URL in the video description below. Click Add, click the back button, and then refresh your page. Under Plugins, click on All and search for Streamyfin. Click the icon and then click Install. We see that the plugin has been installed successfully. We will need to restart the server by clicking Dashboard and then clicking the red Restart button. Once your server is restarted, go back to your plugins section, click on Streamyfin, and then click the blue Settings button. We now have a centralized grouping of settings that we can set for every single user. Next up is Intro Skipper automatically detects and skips intro and credit sequences in your TV shows by fingerprinting the audio. It also detects recaps and previews. This is an external plugin. You're going to need to add the Intro Skipper repository to your Jellyfin instance. The repo URL is in the video description below. Let's start by clicking the man icon in the top right, clicking the administration dashboard, and then clicking plugins in the left. Click Manage Repositories in the top right, and then the plus New Repository button. Give your repo a name, and paste the repo URL. Click Add. Go back to your repositories, and then refresh your screen. Click All under Plugins, and then type in Intro. When you see the result for Intro Skipper, click that, and then click the blue Install button. The server now needs to be restarted. Click Dashboard on the left, and then click Restart. After you restart your server, refresh your page. Scroll all the way to the bottom left to the Scheduled Tasks section, and you'll see a new section here for Intro Skipper that says Clean Intro Skipper Cache and Detect and Analyze Media Segments. Run the Detect and Analyze Media Segments task to kick off the initial scan. Depending on your library size, that first analysis can take a while, but it will run automatically after that. The developer also recommends installing the File Transformation plugin. If you don't, make sure to go out and grab File Transformation as well. The repo for that is linked below. Make sure you also have the TVDB installed from the default catalog, because Intro Skipper uses it to properly identify series, seasons, and individual episodes.
Thank you to everyone who made it this far into the video. We greatly appreciate your support. If you're not already subscribed and you find yourself watching our content more often than not, what are you waiting for? Go ahead and subscribe. If you've enjoyed this video, please give us a like. For those of you that are running Jellyfin, what additions do you find yourself using? Was it something that we mentioned on the list or something that we missed? Let us know in the comments below. If you haven't set up Jellyfin before but are interested, go ahead and watch our Jellyfin install video. It'll be linked in the description below. Also, if you like our content but want to watch content that YouTube won't let us show you, go ahead and join our Patreon. The link for that is also in the description below. Thank you again to everyone that has watched and has supported us. It means the world to us. And as always, stay curious.